Well, hey, welcome back. My name's Dave Dubeau, and today we're going to be talking about how to BRRRR with no money. That's right, how to BRRRR with no money. So if you're in real estate investing, you've probably heard of the BRRRR strategy. It's very, very popular. This is a way for you to get a lot of the benefits of doing a flip while still holding onto the property long term and getting cash flow from rentals. So stay tuned. All right, on today's episode, we're going to take a look at what is a BRRRR when it comes to real estate investing. What are the pros? What are the cons? I'm going to show you a creative way to do this with none of your own money in the deal. And I'm going to show you the best way to get all the money you need to do all the BRRRR deals you want. So what exactly is a BRRRR anyhow? Well, BRRRR stands for buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. That's right. That's what BRRRR stands for. So it's when you buy a property, usually it's a fixer-upper, it's a single-family home, and then you renovate it, and not just kind of the way that you see on TV with Flip This House where you make it pretty. Typically, you're going to put in a secondary suite, like a basement suite, in that property, make both suites look really good, make the yard look good as well, make it very, very attractive. So you've bought it, you've renovated, then you're going to rent it out. So now instead of just one rental unit, now you've got two rental units, upstairs and downstairs. That should increase your cash flow, and the renovation should increase the value of the property. So then you can go to the bank and you can refinance that property. Now it's worth more. So now the bank should refinance it at the higher value. And quite often, a lot of people are able to pull out most, if not all, of their initial money out of that deal, and now they've got their money back out and they still own the property. They can rent it long term, and they're able to take their cash and repeat it. So that's the repeat part of the BRRRR. So what are some of the big benefits of doing the BRRRR strategy? Well, number one is you're able to get all of the benefits of doing a flip while still owning the property. What I mean by that is you're increasing the value of the property by fixing it up, by making it look more attractive. You're increasing the value of it by putting in another rental unit, so you've increased the cash flow on the property. And then you're able to get it refinanced from the bank and pull out most, if not all, of your initial capital for the down payment and the renovation costs all in one chunk, and do it very, very quickly. Some folks are able to do this within 3 to 6 months of purchasing the property. So think about that. You put in the capital to buy a property, and then within 3 to 6 months, you're able to get all of your capital back out. But instead of having to redo that all again, you still own that property. So you're still able to benefit from all of the different profit centers in a long-term buy and hold, especially cash flow and mortgage pay down and depreciation and appreciation on that property. So if you hold on to that property over the long term, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to pay off that mortgage. The value of the property is going to skyrocket, and your cash flow is going to increase as well. So those are the main benefits of doing the BRRRR strategy. Now, it's not all sunshine and flowers. There are some pitfalls to doing the BRRRR. The number one pitfall is the amount of capital, the amount of cash that's required to do these kind of deals. So even if you're getting bank finance for these kind of properties, you're going to have to come up with at least 20% down for the down payment to purchase the property. Plus, you're going to have to come up with the cash to do the renovations on that property as well. So it can be very, very cash intensive. And in the meantime, while you are doing these renovations, if it takes you a long time, that's a lot of holding costs as well, because you're going to be having to pay the bank, the lender, the mortgage, what have you, while you're repairing the property, and you're not getting any rental income coming in the meantime. So that's one of the challenges. The other challenge is you have to qualify for financing if you're working with the big banks or finance companies. So that involves a lot of your own credit to do these kind of deals. And then the third challenge is property management. Once you own the property, once you've got it all set up and you've got tenants in that property, you have to manage that property. You have to maintain the property. You have to manage the tenants. You have to deal with things like 3 a.m. plugged telephone calls and all the landlordy type stuff a lot of people aren't really keen on. That is what's involved with being a professional long-term buy and hold real estate investor which is what you'll be if you're doing these kind of BRRRR deals. Now, I told you up front I was going to share with you a creative way to go about doing one of these BRRRR deals without necessarily having to use your own cash or your own credit to do the deal. Now, how do you do this? That is when you partner with the property owner. So let's say you're looking for deals, you're beating the bushes, you're finding some off-market opportunities that aren't listed with realtors, and you find a property owner that's open to this idea of partnering with you on the deal. So what does that look like? The property owner continues to own the property. You have some sort of an agreement with them, could be a joint venture agreement, could be some other kind of a contract with them, where you agree that you're going to oversee everything. They're going to own the property. They might even finance the renovations, and then you're going to have a profit share on the increased value of the property. You're going to have a profit share on the cash flow of the property, of the mortgage pay down, of the appreciation, all of that kind of stuff over time. So instead of you having to come up with your own cash for the deal, your own credit for the deal, you're doing the deal with the property owner themselves. Does that make sense? So this is a fantastic way. Now the challenge is not everybody's going to want to do these kind of deals. Most property sellers are looking for a quick sale and they want all cash for their deal. They don't want to be doing these kind of creative deals. But if you're doing enough beating in those bushes, sooner or later you will bump into somebody who is open to the idea. So keep it in mind. So what is the absolute best way to do these kind of BRRRR properties without having to use your own money or your own credit? It's simple. Partner up with somebody else. Do a joint venture or bring on an investor partner in these kind of deals. Now, the beautiful thing about that is you're going to be bringing the deal to the table, the team, the experience, the work, the know-how. You're going to do everything. Your investor partner or your joint venture partner is going to come on board with the money for the down payment, with the credit to get financing, with the money for the renovations or the credit to get the renovation financing done. Whatever that looks like, they're going to be bringing that to the table. You bring the other skill set to the table and the team and the deal itself, and then you share in the profits. Now, what are the big benefits to your joint venture partner for doing this? They get all of the benefits of investing in real estate with little or no effort on their part. It's a hands-free, passive investment for them. The other big benefit is if you find the right property and do this properly, you can get them in and out, their capital in and out of the deal incredibly quickly. I've seen certain cases where people join forces, do one of these deals, and within 3 or 4 months, the property has been purchased, it has been renovated, it has been rented out, and it has been refinanced, and the investor has gotten all of their capital out of the deal within 3 or 4 months, yet they still have ownership, co-ownership of that property long term. I mean, what a win-win scenario that is. The active real estate investor keeps growing their portfolio limitless ways because there's limitless capital out there once you know how to access it. And their investor partner not only gets to partner with them on this deal, but they're getting their capital back out within 3, 4, 5, 6 months or so. And then guess what? They can do it again. That's the repeat part. So why wouldn't they? If you think about this, if you could be an investor and put your money into a deal, get it all out again in a matter of months or less than a year, and then you still get the cash flow and the appreciation and depreciation, all those other benefits of real estate, why wouldn't you reinvest that capital into another deal as well? So you just kind of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is how you can turn one investor into multiple different kinds of deals. Now, speaking of finding joint venture partners and investors, if you would like the ultimate shortcut to making that happen, then go ahead and grab a free copy of my book, Money Partner Formula. You can find that at investorattractionbook.com, or you can just scroll down and get the link in the notes below. This is my entire money partner formula. This is my process for attracting joint venture partners and investors instead of chasing after them. And it's a way for you to raise your first 6 figures in as little as a couple of weeks and 7 figures in a matter of months. Again, investorattractionbook.com.